So today we're finally back with a brand new knife ability test video. For today's episode, we will be taking a look at every single mystery crate #1 revolver or secondary, except for one of them because I don't have them, so kinda sorry for that. But that shouldn't be too important since there's basically 3 of the same item and I'm only missing one of them, so it's basically not too important since I have the other 2, so it should be fine. Anyways, without further ado, let's just start today's episode and let's try a knife ability test. So just a small reminder, so before we actually take a look at each individual revolver, let's take a look at all of the revolvers in total. So I believe we have 2 common revolvers, Rosequartz and Desperado. We have no rare revolvers whatsoever, so that's a bit interesting. We have some epics, we have the Lost Soul, Venomizer, Void Revolver, and that's going to be it for this category. Unique items, we have 4 once again, the Golden Luger, USP-S Paintball Gun, and 6 bullets. And the final one that is listed is the King of Spades, but we still have 3 additional revolvers or secondaries, which is going to be the regular AWP, which is a legendary as well, but I unfortunately do not have this one. And then of course we have 2 mythical AWPs, the Death AWP and the Neo AWP, and both of those can also be unboxed from this crate. So in total, instead of 53 items, we would technically have 56, but since those are not listed, I still wanted to include them anyways. But yeah, just a bit of a disclaimer, I do not have the regular AWP, but it's the same as the other 2, so it doesn't really matter too much. I hope that's fine. Anyways, let's start with the first one, which is going to be Rosequartz, and just for good measures, let's actually open the crate because why not? Well, that was to be expected. Let's start with the first one. So starting off with the first revolver, we have the Rosequartz, which actually looks pretty nice for a common revolver, and it's one of 2 revolvers that you can get from this mystery crate with the common rarity, so this one actually isn't too bad. I believe it uses the same texture or very similar texture to the default revolver, which is pretty cool. It definitely looks pretty fantastic and also has some very nice sounds. I believe the same sounds as the Freeze revolver from the shop, so this one is pretty nice and it actually doesn't look too bad. So really good start for the common revolvers here, and I think after we get maybe a few more kills, we're going to move on to the second one, which is going to be the final common revolver from the mystery crate #1. So yeah, let's take a look at that one in a second, and we terribly missed this shot. There we go. Can we also get the other person? Oh no. Oh no. This is not going too well, guys. Oh god. We have pretty bad aim today, that's for sure, but we still managed to get them, so we take it, we take it. There we go. And I would say one final kill, maybe? There we go, very nice. So let's move on to the next one. So next up on this list, we have the Desperados, which are the second and final common item from the mystery crate #1. Final common revolver from the mystery crate #1. These are pretty awesome, to be honest. I really do like dual wielded revolvers and knife ability test. I believe they use once again the same texture as the default revolver, but to be honest, they look really fantastic. If you were expecting these to have more ammunition than the regular revolvers, unfortunately, that's not the case, even though it would kind of make sense since you have 2 revolvers. But unfortunately, like I said, that's not the case. And yeah, these just have 3 bullets as every other standard revolver. So in my opinion, kind of a missed opportunity. If these would have had double the amount of ammunition, I think they would have been even more awesome. But like I said, sadly, that's not the case. So a bit unfortunate, and like I said, a bit of a missed opportunity in my opinion, but they're still pretty amazing regardless of that. So yeah, very nice common items, to be honest. Moving on, we already arrived at the epic category, so we have the Lost Revolver, which looks really fantastic. A specialty about this one is it has particle effects, which I think is kind of unique for revolvers in this game. I think there's only 2 other ones that have particle effects, which would be the 6 bullets and then of course the Soul Revolver and Lost and Soul combined. So I guess those are maybe the only ones. I'm not entirely sure how many other revolvers may have particle effects, but it is still quite unique regardless of that, so definitely really fantastic. The texture, I believe, is once again very similar to the default revolver, which is alright. And the sounds are the same as one of the shop revolvers, which you can see on screen right now, the red one, which is really awesome, to be honest. I'm quite a huge fan of those sounds, so definitely a very nice revolver right here. Quite a huge fan of the Lost Revolver, and of course we have kind of its counterpart, the Soul Revolver, so let's take a look at that one as well now. Maybe let's get a few more kills. Hey there, buddy. Oh god, I gotta reload. That was very unlucky almost. We almost died there, but we still managed to get the kill somehow because we're camping basically. So now let's take a look at the Soul Revolver. Like I've already said, it's basically kind of its counterpart. It has a similar particle effect, which looks really fantastic. And this one, to be honest, is pretty nice. I'm a pretty huge fan of both of them. I think both of them look very nice. Once again, similar texture, I believe, to the Lost Revolver, of course, and also similar sounds, if I'm not completely mistaken. Yeah, I think that's the same sound actually. So really fantastic revolvers. And of course, with the both of them, you can do something quite nice. At least you used to be able to do that. You could craft them up to the Lost and Soul Revolver, so the combined of them. And this one, of course, is a unique item, so if you had both of them, you could craft them together and get this one, which is, of course, once again a dual-wielded revolver, which makes this one quite nice. I'm quite a huge fan of them. And this one also has a unique kill effect to it, so really, really fantastic. And like I've already mentioned earlier, I'm quite a huge fan of the dual-wielded revolvers in this game. I wish there would be a few more, but unfortunately there isn't too many, so this one is pretty nice. It looks really fantastic. And of course you have both of the particle effects, which makes this one really awesome. Moving on to the next item, we have the Venomizer, which is basically a Luger with a texture on it. Looks pretty nice, to be honest. Nothing too spectacular to talk about this one right here, so I think we will just move on to the next item. Next up on this list, we have the Void Revolver, which I believe also has once again some particle effects, so yeah, this is another one. The barrel looks really nice on this revolver, to be honest, so kind of reminds me a bit of Sparkle Time. Definitely a really fantastic revolver as well for this category. I do like the sounds. I kind of forgot which ones these are similar to. I think it's actually just the same revolver sound that we had for the other two as well, so really, really nice overall. Definitely a pretty cool revolver, and I think this one is pretty unique as well. And moving on, we have already arrived at the unique category. The first one is going to be the Golden Luger right here. This one is pretty nice, to be honest. It looks really cool. It's basically just a golden Luger. Nothing too spectacular about this one. It's a unique item that, well, is golden, so yeah. Nothing really too much to say with this one here. It's basically just a regular Luger, but in gold. So really nice, I guess. Really nice. But of course, there's going to be some more exciting, unique items in a few seconds. But this one is definitely a bit of a disappointment, in my opinion. But it's golden, so that's kind of cool, I think. That's what's special about this one. It's golden. It's shiny. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Moving on to arguably one of my favorite revolvers from the mystery crate number 1, we have the 6 bullets, or as I like to call it, the 3 bullets. It doesn't have 6 bullets if you were expecting this. No, that's not the case. It once again has some unique particle effects. Every now and then you can see like a menacing effect on the revolver, which is pretty fantastic, and it also has some really amazing sounds. There was the menacing effect, by the way, so by far one of my favorite mystery crate revolvers. Another specialty about this one is that the damage indicator is in purple instead of the usual colors, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, this one just sounds freaking awesome. It's definitely by far one of my favorite mystery crate revolvers in the game, and yeah, it just looks really amazing. And it's, yeah, I just love this revolver. It is amazing. Also has a pretty cool design. Purple is my favorite color, so I'm just basically kind of biased with this one. At least I wanted to point this out. So really awesome revolver in my opinion. Quite a huge fan of it. And let's move on to the next one after we get a few more kills. There we go. I think that's the final one. Moving on, we have the USP-S, which sounds really awesome. I'm quite a huge fan of this one. Quite unique about this one is that it does only 30 or 35 damage for a body shot and 85 if you get a headshot. So there you go. Another unique specialty about this one is, of course, that with a headshot kill, you get 4 gems. So that is pretty awesome. My go-to weapon for farming gems, that's definitely for sure. And this one just looks really fantastic, sounds fantastic, and yeah, it's basically just a USP-S and knife ability test. Also, the fire rate is pretty amazing, so really great revolver, one of my favorite ones from the mystery crate number 1, and yeah, this one is just really, really awesome. And one more thing I forgot to mention is, of course, you get 6 bullets with a really nice fire rate, so yeah, that's the USP-S for you. Moving on to the final unique item from the mystery crate number 1, an item with even more ammunition, the Paintball Gun. This one deals 30 damage. It doesn't matter if you get a headshot or not, it just deals 30 damage. Has a huge amount of ammunition, as you can see, and a very awesome fire rate in my opinion. Also, once again, has some pretty unique sounds, so this one's pretty nice, to be honest. I like it quite a bit, but I don't really use it too often because I'm just kind of garbage with this one. So definitely quite an interesting unique item. I think this one definitely deserves the title of a unique item. Really, really cool, so this one is quite nice. And I think someone is a bit mad at us. I'm not really too sure. I'm sorry, I guess. I'm just trying to showcase all of the mystery crate revolvers. Oh, there we go. And as you can see, we deal 30 damage. Doesn't matter if we get a headshot or not, so yeah, this one is quite nice. Not entirely sure how we reached a 20 kill streak. I have no idea. Actually, 26 kill streak. That's pretty cool. Now moving on to the next category, we have the legendary items, and this one is the King of Spades. This one has 3 bullets. Has a pretty cool design, to be honest, but there's nothing too spectacular about this one, to be honest. It's a bit of a disappointment, in my opinion, for a legendary item, especially if you consider the other legendary revolver or secondary that you can get as an AWP. So yeah, this one is kind of a letdown, not gonna lie. And other than that, I have nothing to point out about this one, so let's move on to the final 2 items. Technically, there would be 3, but I'm missing one of them, so Apologies for that. So moving on to the final 3 items from the mystery crate number 1, revolver wise, we have the AWPs, and like I've already said earlier, all of these are basically the same. They have 10 ammunition, and we still managed to die with it, which is a bit unfortunate. They have 10 bullets, which is really insane to be honest. They're basically like a death beam, just as a revolver, and yeah, they're pretty broken because you can do stuff like this, and this is going to be my favorite part of this video because we're just going to sit here and annoy people because, yeah, that's kind of fun, I guess. Here you go. So this is basically what you can do with the AWP. I feel really bad for the server because they voted for the one map where we can camp basically anywhere. Oh no, this is not good. We have kind of bad aim right now. There we go. And let's see. Can we get maybe a few more kills? I guess we're just... Oh, there we go. This is gonna be really unfair. I'm very sorry, man. I am truly sorry for this. This is the Def AWP, but like I've already mentioned, they're basically all the same, so... Ah, that didn't work. Damn, that was so close. We almost got him. Since this is going to be the final part of the video, let's actually switch to a different ability so we can get really quickly to where I want to go. There we go. And now we can just do this because, yeah, I don't know. So far I cannot really see anyone. Oh, there's someone right there. Hello there. So yeah, you get the point. This is the Def AWP. This is the first one. Has a very nice design, to be honest. Really do like this one. I like the skull in the back and the bones and everything. It's a really nice design. Looks really awesome and definitely one of my favorite AWPs, to be honest. As you can see, this isn't really fair whatsoever, so I feel kind of bad for using this weapon every single time. It is just really unfair, to be honest. That's all I have to say for this one. And the regular AWP, which would be a legendary item, I unfortunately, like I said, don't have that one, so yeah, kind of sorry for that. Cannot really showcase that one, but like I said, they're basically all the same, so there wouldn't be much of a difference anyways. And of course, we have the new AWP right here, which is once again a mythical item. And let's just go here and camp really quickly. There we go. As you can see, it's basically the same experience that we just had with the Def AWP, so I think we can conclude the video here. Definitely some really fantastic revolvers or secondaries that you can get from the mystery crate number 1. Some of these are very, 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 very unlikely to unbox, so I wouldn't really recommend opening these mystery crates. It's not really worth it. You're probably not going to end up getting what you try to get from them, so don't spend your Robux on these crates. They're not worth it. I spent, I think, around 60,000 Robux to get my first AWP, which is around $600 if you think about it, so definitely not worth it. Don't open the crates, and that's going to be the conclusion for this video, so thanks for watching, and I will see you of course in the next video. Bye guys.